My name is Amanda.Martinez. I am a recruiter with the Colorado Army National Guard. I am running the Great Divide Ultra, specifically the 100 miler. I partnered with Team Red, White, and Blue to raise awareness and funds for veterans with mental health and physical health issues. So my motivation for running the 100 miler came from a couple of different sources. I did the 75 hard challenge a few months back, and one of the things in there is you have to read 10 pages in a nonfiction self-help type book, and I was pretty attached to the David Goggins books, and that was something that he had done, was run 100 miles, the 240 miles, and so as we were kind of looking into that, we started watching YouTube videos, and we found Paul Johnson, who partnered with Team Red, White, and Blue as well. And he did the transcontinental running 3,000 miles across the United States, raising awareness for veterans for mental health and physical health. So my coach at the time really wanted me to get out there and start doing some trail running as opposed to just out on the road and the sidewalks. So did a little bit of research, and we found a location called Dawson Butte Open Space that had a 5-mile loop that I was able to practice on, get the miles in, and really practice what race day was going to look like, and fueling, as well as like practicing what an aid station would kind of feel like after each loop. So when we were out at the Dawson Butte Open Space, the goal for the day was to run 5 hours, really focusing on my pace and fueling. So while I was out there, I was able to complete 4 laps for a total of 20 miles.
So, Sergeant Martinez, how are you feeling 14 hours before the race?
Pretty good, actually. Want to drink a little bit more water, but other than that, I feel just fine. I'm not nervous at all.
So far, what has been the hardest part of making it to the day before the race?
The hardest part was probably the packing list and making sure that we had everything and anticipating what we might need, what we're not going to need, what we can do without to try to save space.
So just compare with the military, the logistics part is the hardest part, right?
Yeah, yes, always.
So what are you expecting for tomorrow, which is the starting day?
Honestly, I'm just expecting to keep on pace, anywhere between 13 to 15 minutes per mile, and really just keep it slow at the beginning so that I can save a lot of energy for the end, because I know that after the first 50 miles, you start to go downhill, you start getting tired and everything. So hopefully I have a little bit left in the reserve to get through the night portion of it. So the night before the race, we actually camped at the location. Really, I was kind of nervous, more not about the race itself, but for making sure that we had everything that we were going to anticipate needing due to weather and fueling. We had a really good pasta dinner that night, and we attempted to try to go to bed and get at least 8 hours of sleep. It didn't happen. We just had too much to do. And so I think we probably ended up with about 6 hours.
How do you sleep?
I slept fine, honestly. It just took a little bit of time to go to sleep, and then we went to bed late. Just had so much to do.
Say hi. What's he doing, Twitter? Hi. Say good morning. Tell him.
So on the morning of the race, what was going through my mind was really just making sure I had everything. And I think I focused a lot more on my shoes and my socks. I've had a lot of issues in the past with blisters. And so really making sure that I tied my shoes correctly, made sure that I had the proper socks on, that there were no spots that were gonna rub, and really just making sure that I had no spots on the top of my foot when tying my shoes too tight that were really gonna bother me during the run.
I think we're about ready to go.
Sorry, threw that bitch in the dry.
We're supposed to be over here with our tent.
Off you go then.
Thank you.
Those people just stand there.
Yeah, move.
I think having my family at the start line and them wanting to be present, especially my mom and my dad, this is something that I haven't done before, where we kind of gather in this type of an environment. And so having them there was really inspiring. You know, they were out there to support, and you know, they were just excited to be out there doing something different other than just like a family function. You know, being a part of something that is important to me.
Well, she's as tough as they come. I mean, anybody who ever told her that she couldn't do it, she shows them that she can do it. I know this is really tough on her, but she's got the strength and the will to get it done. I think with everybody here to help her and push her, she's not gonna quit.
No, she won't quit, even if she has to crawl over that finish line. She's amazing. She's just amazing, and I'm so proud of her.
Very proud of her. She's been great.
She's a kind-hearted woman, and she just pushes herself on everything she does, which is hard on a mom because I don't necessarily agree with some of the stuff she does, but she does it and always comes out.
She always comes out on top.
Yep, above and beyond. Jo, we love you with all our hearts.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Hey honey, I just wanted to tell you how incredibly proud of you I am. Your drive during all of this, from training to race day, has been absolutely inspiring. I love to see how much you have grown and changed during such a short amount of time, from pushing yourself so far out of your comfort zone. I am incredibly proud of you. I love you so much. I can't wait to start racing and training with you, and it's gonna be a little couples thing now. I love you.
Hey Jo, you've really inspired me to do more by doing this, and taught me a lot that I'll probably never do this. Just kidding. But I'll probably do one of these before I die, and I'm really happy to pace you. You got this.
Hey, Jo Martinez. For one, let's start off. I'm not the best at this, you already know, with cameras and everything, but I just wanted to say that I've always looked up to you from day one, ever since I came to the Colorado Army National Guard. You've always been an inspiration to me, and what an amazing female strong leader should look like. You've always been somebody I've looked up to and somebody I've always wanted to be. So to see you doing this and still kicking ass, that's awesome. I'm very inspired by you every day, and you're just an amazing person. So keep going. You got it. You'll do great.
Good luck, Aunt Jo. You got this. We love you.
Good luck, Aunt Jo.
Good luck, dude. Love you. Keep going.
Love you, Aunt Jo.
Congratulations, Jojo. I couldn't be more excited to be supporting you. I could not ask for a better mentor or supporter through my whole military experience. Breaks my heart that I'm not underneath you, but I'm more than happy to be right beside you. I'm so happy that you were doing this, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Jo, this is quite a challenge. I've never done anything like this in my 69 years of life. I don't know. I just can't comprehend. Good luck.
Mama? Well, I haven't done it in my 61 years either. And you're crazy, but I admire you. Good luck.
Jo Martinez, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. Since I've known you, you've been a great leader, positive role model, and a motivator for so many people. You showing that you're going to run 100 miles is just so amazing, and I'm so proud to be able to call you my friend. Keep running, and I'll be there at the finish line to meet you there and congratulate you.
Good job, Jo.
Keep it up.
Have fun.
There you go.
How many miles a day did she run?
102 days.
102 days. Good luck on it. I know you can do it.
There you go.
You're a pretty special girl.
There you go. Say love you.
Love you dearly.
All right, Martinez, you're probably getting tired. Guess what? Nobody cares. Keep sucking it up. You got this. Good luck to you.
Keep it up, Martinez! You're such a badass!
All right, Martinez, we're so inspired. Check out Jess. So inspired by you. Go kick some ass.
Win it, girl. Run all the days.
Hi, Sergeant Martinez. 2nd Platoon wanted to wish you the best of luck in your endeavors for this event. The way that you took charge for the Great Divide 100-mile ultramarathon and your incorporation of Team Red, White, and Blue to fundraise for veterans is in no small way a reflection of what I learned from you in the small amount of time that I got to work with you, which is that you pour everything that you have into what you do, what you're passionate about, and to your soldiers. The fact that the youngest soldier in our platoon jumped at the opportunity to support you for this event speaks volumes on your leadership and on the lasting effect that you have on service members. Your contribution to our unit and to 2nd Platoon is ongoing, and we appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your journey with this foundation and your journey in the Army. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Run safe and keep doing what you're doing and keep being the motivator that you are.
Hey Martinez, it's Captain Nye. I wish you the best of luck during your ultra marathon. I'm so impressed by you doing this, committing to this goal of yours. It's truly so amazing to see how much you've grown as an NCO. We miss you deeply at the Wolfpack. We wish you the best of luck, and I hope you kick ass.
Go, Jo, go.
Hey Jo, I just wanted to say how proud I am of you. You did something that was spectacularly difficult, and you hung in there for a good long time, and I know that you're tougher than I am, and you're tougher than most people. And I just want to say congratulations for working on that race and doing such a great job, and you are a kick-ass woman.
Runners are here today. And we wanted to take a quick today, straight ahead. For 160 responder mile runners will complete a 10-mile loop that does not include the heart rate reset. Okay? We're going to have fun today.
Oh, I will. We'll see you guys after a little bit. Too bad. Knock it off. Bye. I will. I love you. Knock it off. See you soon.
So during the first portion of the race itself, it started out pretty slow. We were on a single track with a lot of people, and so I think our pace was pretty slow. And then as we started to make our way into the trails, it opened up and I was starting to get my pace at what I wanted it to be at. Really got a good idea of what the course was going to look like, not only in the trees, but kind of out in the open space itself, and kind of where the difficult spots were going to be. And I found out that the most difficult spots going clockwise were going to be right before the actual aid station. There's a lot of switchbacks, but the hills themselves are pretty steep. They do require a lot of walking / hiking. I think that's where I found out maybe I should have done a little bit more hills.
So where are we going?
First aid station. Gotta go refuel her, get her all her new nutrition, make sure she can make it the rest of the 94 miles.
Some of them are like straight up.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Applesauce? No, I have one still. What is it?
Alright, I love you. I gotta go.
Wait, is that the right way?
Yeah.
When you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for. When you feel like quitting, remember pain is temporary and greatness lasts forever.
When you feel like quitting, remember that the pain you feel today will be replaced with the strength you need tomorrow. Remember that every ounce of pain you feel is building a stronger you, a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger character. So push through the pain. Don't let it stop you. Force it to grow you. Something great is going to come if you quit. I know it's hard. I know you are tired. I know it seems impossible, but you must keep going.
I serve you like that.
Are you supposed to be out from under
Later, Gator. Oh, God. You got that later.
Stick it out.
All right. We'll see you. Come on. See you. See you soon. Oh, God. You got this. I wouldn't say soon, but you got this.
When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Look deep within, you're stronger than a Spartan. You're stronger than you think, no longer faint-hearted. You've been here before, you battle-hearted. Whatever's happening in your life, you make it through the pain. Whatever struggle that you're facing, you can make the change. Remember those who said you'd fail and let that fuel your flame. You might be down today, but you are not the same. You might be down, but you're not out. You might be down, but you ain't knocked out. Get off your back, if you can look up, you can get up. Wipe all the blood and sweat off. Look in the mirror, and then take in the view. This is a newer you, a stronger version. Get back on track, stick to your purpose. Remember that the key is consistency. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
So we are lap 4. We're kind of waiting right now. Jo's having a hard time breathing. Her lungs are filling up with fluids. Lactic acid is what we think it is. So right now it's not really up to us. We're kind of waiting on the go ahead to if she can continue or if we have to wait it out. She can't even walk from the vehicle to the tent without coughing to where she can't breathe. So right now we're trying to get her hydrated and fueled up and hopefully get back out there if we get the okay.
At the beginning of the 4th lap, it really kind of started at the middle of the 3rd lap. Once I got to the Hartley aid station, that's when I really felt like I wasn't able to take like a deep breath in. So I loosened my gear, trying to think that maybe it was just, a lot of pressure. But going up hills, down hills, sometimes even on the flats was extremely difficult to get a full breath of air. I pushed through the 4.4 mile loop, got back, and I was able to pick up my sister-in-law for pacing. And even then just was extremely difficult to breathe on the flats and even the uphills for sure. I thought maybe it was just fatigue, but I really wasn't able to breathe all that well. But once we got back down to the main aid station in the start-finish line, I was, sat down, got some food, got some water, and really I think it just got worse from there. A cough set in and it made it extremely hard to talk and breathe. Tried to take a nap, but laying down made it worse. Really just tried my best, and then talked to the race director, and he said that it kind of sounded a little bit like what he had during his first 100-mile race, I guess. And it was, a buildup of fluid or lactic acid on his lungs. So, and I think that's what my sister-in-law said, that's kind of what it was. So pushing through probably wasn't the wisest choice.
So how did you feel when she told you can't go out anymore?
It was disappointing. Like my legs were tired and stuff like that, but I would have been able to push through that. I wanted to see what the night, running through the night or walking through the night would have been like. But honestly, with these hills and the elevation gain, with the lack of being able to get a deep breath and getting, oxygen into my lungs, it wasn't a wise choice. So, I went with the advice that I got and just bedded down for the night and called it quits at mile 45.
I was most concerned about Jo's hydration. I thought that maybe she got behind on hydration and nutrition. After you do 20 miles in a race like this, you run out of glycogen in your liver, and so all of the nutrition that you're getting from your body is either from your fat stores, which she has very little of, or the nutrition that you're able to put in your body. And it's really hard to drink and eat adequately on the trail when you're in the best of spirits. And when you can't breathe, it becomes even harder because you have to decide, am I going to take a drink or am I going to breathe? And so I was concerned about her health status and wondering if we needed to get her to the urgent care, maybe get some labs and stuff. I think she just needed the rest, and she started to settle down when she was able to rest a little bit. But when I was out there, I was thinking about how hard this course is. The elevation change itself was a nightmare, and walking in the dark makes it even more difficult to find your footing and kind of keep your pace because it's dark and can't really see really well in front of you. We had a good time out there. I got that full loop in, and it was more than I expected. So I am so proud of Jo for going out for 40 some miles. Like, that is a lot more than most Americans attempt any time in their life. And she did it on a whim, and she did fantastic. She did way better than I did.
When you gave the decision you're not going out, how do you think she took it, like based on her expression?
She was so disappointed. I think she was having some moments of fear because she really couldn't breathe, and that's very scary to anybody. And so I think she was super frustrated, but she was also just fearful enough about her symptoms that she wanted to do the best thing for her because she was getting scared, I think.
You think giving the decision to continue or stop to someone else helps a little bit to, just lift that burden out of her shoulders?
Right. I feel like when you're out there, it's you against your body and you against your mind. And I feel like we have this idea that we can just tell our body to shut up and we'll just work with the mind and just keep fighting our mind. But really, if you're sick, you're sick, and you can't play with that stuff. We're not exactly in the back door of an emergency department here. So I asked her to just rest, and I asked her wife to keep a good eye on her so that she would be safe. And then I just hoped and prayed that we were right and making the right judgment call. And I feel like just being able to rest, knowing that that was our decision more than hers, helped Jo to be able to deal with it a little bit better.
So the first person that I want to thank is my wife, Shelby. She was behind this whole thing. From the second that I told her I wanted to do it, she didn't say, I think you're crazy or you can't do this. She was 100% supportive. She started looking into the actual races themselves, watching documentaries with me, understanding what being a crew chief was going to be like and what she needed to do to prepare me for this actual race. Making sure that I had all of the fueling that I needed, making sure I had all the hydration and the will to actually do this. The one thing that she kept telling me is, I don't care how you finish it, but you're gonna finish it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. However, just having her support throughout this entire thing was, it's without words that she supported me with everything she had. On a crazy thing that I decided 8 weeks prior to the start of the race. So I also want to thank my family for coming out. This is something that I got to do with them and see them support me in a different way other than just the military or just, track and field when I was in high school. So seeing them support me in that way. My sister-in-law and my two nephews, and of course my mother-in-law being out there, taking care of the dogs and making sure that I didn't need anything or that Shelby didn't need anything. Just incredible having them. And of course, my National Guard friends coming out and supporting and handing out swag, to help advertise the National Guard was incredible just to have that type of support that I didn't think in such a short amount of time that I was going to get that. So the other person that I'd like to thank, who I even said, I didn't finish the race, you don't need to come out, was Sergeant Major Jimeno, the Sergeant Major for the Recruiting and Retention Battalion. Regardless, knowing that I didn't finish and that I wasn't going to continue running, still came out, supported, was standing out there talking with the soldiers and just being there for me. So this whole thing was about learning about what I was capable of, and to learn something about myself. And I truly did. I don't think it's crazy to attempt a 100-mile race with only 8 weeks of training. I don't. I think it's feasible. I think you can do it if you truly train for it properly. I'm not advising people to go and do it. However, I think it is something that you can do. You know, things happen that you didn't prepare for, such as, you know, lactic acid buildup. But I learned that it really is, as everybody says, it's a mind game. It really is. You're out there by yourself. The only thing you have is yourself to talk to, and you learn, you know, that you are the one that can tell yourself to stop. So when you're out there and you're like, oh, this hurts, or I can't do this, or it's really hot out here, or maybe I'm not going to be able to make it, you know, the 6 laps of, you know, the 15-mile loops. You know, you get done with one of them and you're like, oh my God, I still have 6 more I have to do, or 5 more I still have to do. And I haven't even run at night yet, and that's going to suck, and in the weather. So I really did learn that it is, as everybody says, it is a mind game. And you really do have to overcome that. You have to get out of that low that you're pulling yourself into, and find that high again, and find the will to want to finish and make it to the next aid station. Make it to the next area where you're going to see somebody, or make it to be able to pick up that pacer where you're going to have somebody right next to you, pushing you to finish. If anybody wants to try something difficult, I you know, go for it. I just decided to do this 8 weeks prior to the actual start of the race. You know, and I think I know myself, where if it had been any longer than that, I may not have made it to the start finish line. I probably wouldn't have trained as hard as I did, because I know myself, and I get my mind put on something, and then I know that I kind of back off a little bit, and I'm like, oh, well, I still have time to train. So if I had gone for a race that was any further out than in 2 months, then I probably wouldn't have trained the way that I did and or made it. What I would say to anybody that wants to do something difficult is do your research first. Figure out what you're going to need for the difficult, you know, endeavor that you're about to go through, whether it be a race or a competition that you decide to do. Really just look into it. Get as much information as possible. Ask other individuals who have already been there and gone through it, what they experienced, you know, what they would change, and some of the stuff that they would keep the same. So, but I say go for it. I mean, you're only gonna learn what you can and cannot do if you go for it.